Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Beretta 9mm USA here. Today we have two wonderful custom 1911s going up against each other in this comparison video. This is the Sbardella Arms custom carry in high gloss blue, just gorgeous right here, against a Baer 1911 UTC. Both of these 1911s are full-size, government-size 1911s chambered in 45 ACP. Which one's better? Which one represents the better value, the better quality 1911? And what are the reasons you'd pick one over the other? We're going to cover that next on the Beretta 9mm USA channel. So guys, Baer Custom and Sbardella Arms 1911s are built basically the same way. It's the old traditional old school gunsmithing way. A master gunsmith hard fits the barrel and every other component on these guns. Both these pistols are handmade. Lots of time is put into these guns to make sure every part fits exactly correctly. And it takes a trained pistol smith to do that. These are not run-of-the-mill mass produced. These are works of art crafted by hand by extremely skilled pistol smiths.
Alright guys, Young Beretta here. I'm going to step in and cover some stuff. A major difference between these two 1911s is the use of cast small parts here on the Baer 1911s. The slide release is cast. Your thumb safety, ambi or not, is cast. Your beaver tail grip safety back here is cast. Your mainspring housing is cast. And also your magazine release stock is cast, as well as your guide rod, spring, cap, and I think that's pretty much it. Maybe the bushing is cast, even on the Baers. I'm not 100% on that. But all the small parts, I can tell you that much, are cast on the Baer, whereas on the Sbardella, and this is a major difference, every small part on this 1911 is forged. There are no cast or MIM parts on this at all. So you're paying a couple $100 more for the Sbardella, but you're getting it in quality as far as the pieces that are used on this 1911. Sbardella Arms and Baer both use Cart National Match barrels. Guys, this is one of the best barrel makers in the industry. Baer has been using them, if I remember right, the whole time, and they have been just known to be superbly accurate. Amazing barrels. Super high quality. One thing that I will tell you that you need to be aware of though is that these are made out of standard chromoly steel. So this right here is actually regular steel in the white. So if you're not careful on Baers and the Sbardella here, you can actually get some rust starting to accumulate on the white area right here, because that is an uncoated standard steel right there versus the rest of the barrel, of course, being blued. And it's like that the same way on the standard UTC scene right here. On the Baer Hemis, they are DuPonted, the barrel standard, so you're not going to have any rusting issues on the barrel or anything like that. So just be aware of that. And to combat rust, of course, you can oil it up a little bit. One of the features that Beretta Senior and I went with here on the Sbardella custom carry is a 14 karat gold bead front sight. Very easy to see in the daylight because the light just reflects right off that gold really nicely. Very high quality upgrade here on the Sbardella versus, let's talk about Baer. Baer, your side options, you don't have a whole lot of side options. You can get standard contrast, night sights via Novak style, or a fiber optic front, or a blacked out, front post. Those are your only side options on the Baer. That's the only way he offers them, so you're gonna have to choose between those 4 side options on this gun. Sbardella Arms, you have the choice of the gold bead, or they also offer a tritium package option as far as the rear and the front sight. On this specific Baer UTC, I chose to go with a fiber optic front sight, which is a really nice width to it, and it just picks up so well. And then the back, I went with a Bomar style rear sight offered by Baer, which is fully adjustable for both windage and elevation. As you can see, I have a screw over here and a screw up top. That is the side picture I'm really a fan of right there. Absolutely love that side picture on Baers. So from talking about the sights, let's cover how these 1911s are built, how they feel, how's the triggers on them. The things I like to always cover whenever I pull out a high quality 1911. Let's start with the Sbardella. So on the Sbardella here, you have a long trigger here. So you can see that is definitely a little bit longer than the medium pad down here on the Baer UTC. You have an ambi safety here, really nice high quality ambi safety. Let me show you how positive it is right there. Super tight, super positive. Just the way you want it to be. And on the opposite side, same thing. No wiggle or anything. This thing is super tight to the pistol. Let's try the beaver tail grip safety. How well is it sensitized here? So we're going to start pressing on the trigger here. And now we're going to start to press on the beaver tail. There you go, right there. Barely have to press the beaver tail in, and that is super well sensitized. Guys, the Sbardella arms know what they're doing as far as putting together a 1911. Now let's try the trigger. I can already tell you which trigger is better, you guys, and it's right here in my hand. This Sbardella is absolutely amazing. It has about a 3.5 pound trigger. Maybe 3. That's 3. Okay. Super, super nice trigger here. And that reset is money as well. Button up. There we go. Just forces you right out there. Love it. Now, the Les Baer. This is interesting as far as covering the trigger here. Les Baers always seem to have just a little bit of creep here in the trigger before the let off. So you'll see here, I think I'm already at the wall, right? But I'm not. I'm going through a little bit of creep and then it breaks. And from reset, a little bit weaker of a reset, but still extremely good. Les Baers, every Les Baer we picked up has had a fantastic trigger. And again, I'm on the wall. A little bit of creep right there, and then it broke. Les Baer always gets this right. Look at this, you guys. Right there. That's how far the beaver tail has to be pressed in before the trigger is activated to be able to pull the trigger and make the gun go off. Really well sensitized. The safety, just like every other Les Baer, tight and right as well. Excellent quality safety. Alright guys, moving on. Both pistols have front cocking serrations, as you can see up here. Get the camera zoomed in here so you can see the difference between them. Alright guys, looking at the front cocking serrations here up close, you can see how wide and spacious the grooves are on the Sbardella. Really easy to get a hold of them, not an issue at all. Now on the Les Baer, it is even better. The Les Baer, by the way, these serrations here are cut by hand by a master gunsmith. So God, they do so much work by hand. It's really amazing to see this craftsmanship, this traditional gunsmithing by some master gunsmith doing all this work on these high-end pistols. It's really something that Beretta Sr. and I both absolutely love. And, you know, we think it just adds to the awesomeness of these pistols. You know what I mean? They're special. They're special because there's so much hand fitting and hand tuning going on here by some very skilled professional gunsmiths. Now right here you can also see a little bit of a difference if you look at the profiles of the bushings. You can see that the Sbardella arms has a little bit more of a thick flange profile to the bushing versus the standard profile bushing here on the Les Baer. Speaking of the bushing on the Sbardella arms is a cart bushing. And again, that is fully hand fit on both pistols. But it really is nice to see that this is a forged part here, guaranteed. Look how beautiful that finish is. Oh my god. So that's another difference here, is talking about the finish itself. The Les Baer has that traditional bluing that they've been doing forever. You know, it is a decent bluing, but it isn't very durable, or at least that's what I've heard. Both of these custom 1911s have 30 LPI checkered front straps, so that's 30 lines per inch. Let me show you the difference here on them. Very similar, but they are different in that the checkering on the Les Baer right here is completely cut by hand by a master gunsmith. So again, just a little more hands-on with the Les Baer. The hand-cut checkering is just another thing that Les Baer does really well. They have a specific person at their shop hand checker all the front straps and mainspring housings on their 1911s. I'm sure that person's hands are hurting every day. And real quick, flipping the pistols over, you can see that the mainspring housings on both pistols are fully checkered and 20 lines per inch. But again, the Sbardella is a forged part versus the Les Baer being a cast part. By the way, if you guys are interested in these grips right here, these Batman grips on the Les Baer UTC, these are from LOK Grips. Go check them out. We absolutely love our LOK Grips. Alright guys, the next thing I want to cover is the price. Let's talk about the Les Baer Ultimate Tactical Carry first. The base price for this pistol with night sights and 3 Les Baer 47D, if you know what I mean, style magazines, is $2,466. In 2021, when I bought this pistol, I paid $2,449 out the door. That's with the fiber optic front, the fully adjustable rear sight, the ambidextrous safety. The top of the slide has been fully serrated to reduce glare, as well as the back of the slide, as you can see right there. Really beautiful work. And transitioning to the Sbardella here, as built with the gold bead front sight, ambidextrous safety, the high gloss finish right here, which is a high polish finish, which I think is like a $200 upcharge. This pistol, as built, is $2,930 on Sbardella Arms' website. And that'll come with 2 very, very high quality Tripp Research CobraMags. One of the best mags in the industry. Sbardella Arms, of course, knows this, so they're including very, very high quality mags with their pistol. That's a very good move. Both the Les Baer and the Sbardella here are masterfully put together. They're fully tuned as far as the extractor. You're not going to have any reliability problems. I will say that the Les Baer was a little bit more hard fit out the box compared to the Sbardella here. I think the guys at Sbardella worked this over to give it more of a reliability job, so it actually didn't have as hard fit of a feel. But I gotta tell you guys, this thing feels like it's on ball bearings. It is so smooth. Masterfully blended, slide to rear as far as the back of it. The beaver tail safety has been totally blended back here. The rear of the slide has been fully blended as far as the extractor and the slide to frame. You can't feel any difference between the material back here. Alright guys, I think I covered pretty much everything I wanted to cover. I'm going to have Beretta Sr. step in and have him talk about the difference as far as the cost between these two pistols and what you get for that and which pistol he believes is better overall.
So basically, guys, there's a $500 difference between these two masterpieces. This one here has no MIM or cast parts. So if you want that, the Sbardella Arms Custom 1911 is your gun. It's got the gold front bead right here, and the finish is fantastic. Old school 1970s Colt is what it reminds me of as far as the quality of the finish. This is a little bit more basic, bare bones as far as the finish is concerned. The Les Baer is a very good quality handgun.
The Les Baer also has more rough edges, little sharp corners versus the Sbardella, which has been completely dehorned and just feels amazing.
It's really impossible not to notice the differences here as far as the Sbardella Arms 1911. The finer points, all of the finish, the way everything is finished on the handgun, you can tell there's more time and energy, and if you want to, more money put into this handgun over the Les Baer. And you guys know we're huge Les Baer fans. But if you're only going to have one, or if you already have a few of these other ones and you want to pick up something that's very, very nice, I would pick up this one right here.
So, Beretta Sr., which pistol is better overall?
Well, young Beretta, with everything included in these two handguns right here, I think you have to go with the Sbardella Arms. Matching component from component, finish for finish, quality versus quality. This one does represent a higher quality 1911 in my opinion. Plus, guys, there's thousands and thousands of people that have these. Your buddies aren't going to own these. You're going to be the only one, and there's something special about that. A handmade 1911 by a very, very small shop, a very small custom shop putting out guns. There's something about owning one of theirs as compared to the 50,000 Les Baers that are out there. Alright guys, well that's it for this one. As you can tell, it's very close between these two very high quality 1911 custom pistols. Are you a Les Baer guy? Then you're probably going to give the Les Baer the nod. If you've already have a few of those, or you don't really like Les Baer traditional 1970s look, then this one right here will probably be your pistol. A little bit higher quality in parts, but both of them made in that vintage 1911 custom way. In the end, you're the consumer, so you get to vote with your money and buy which one you like better. Either way, I think you're a winner with a terrific 1911 as your prized masterpiece. That's it for this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Beretta 9mm USA, for more guns and gear videos coming up in the future. We'll see you guys on the next video.